Hey, it's Zach, and I'm back with another episode of Elevate and Accelerate. Today, we're diving into one of my favorite topics, and that is sales in business. The reality is that we all hate being sold to, but at the same time, we also love to buy. If you're a business owner, a sales professional, an entrepreneur looking to attract more clients without feeling pushy or transactional, then this episode is for you. Let's talk about why traditional selling turns people off and how you can use your story to create real, authentic connections that make buying from you feel natural and maybe even inevitable. So let's start with talking about why people hate to be sold, right? Why do people hate being sold? Think about it. The last time you walked into a store and a salesperson came up to you with the classic, "How can I help you?" What's your instinct? Most people immediately put up a wall and say something like, "I'm just looking. No big deal. Leave me alone." Even though the reason they walked into the store was the intention to buy something, right? We all do it because we don't want to be sold to. This idea of being sold to is because we feel like somebody else is trying to control our decisions. And what do we love more than anything as humans? It's the ability to choose. That is where true freedom lies. And we all want to be free in one way, shape, or form, especially in our decisions and how it relates to our life. And so that feeling of being sold to, where someone is trying to control our decision, immediately triggers resistance. We don't want to feel pressured. We don't want to feel like somebody is manipulating us into a choice that benefits them more than it benefits us. And here's the truth. Salespeople make money by selling you things. That is how it works. Now, at the same time, on the other side of the coin, we also love to buy. And we don't mind if that person is making a commission off of the sale if we are happy about the purchase that we are making and we feel excited about it. Right? When's the last time that you felt excited about a purchase that you made? Maybe it was a car, a course, a trip you were going to take, or a high-end coffee machine that now you can make your own little espressos at home, right? The best buying experiences feel empowering. And that's why we like to buy. They make us feel like we made a great decision for ourselves or for our family or for our future. Like we're investing in something that is going to improve our lives or businesses. And great businesses understand this. They don't want to force people to buy. They create environments and messaging and experiences that make people want to buy. And that's where storytelling becomes your most powerful sales tool. If people buy based on emotion and justify with logic, then your biggest job as a business owner or sales professional isn't to push features or benefits or outcomes. It's to connect on an emotional level. And nothing connects people like a great story. Your story builds trust. It makes you relatable. It shows your audience that you understand them because of what you've been through and where you've been, and how that resonates with where they are and how you are qualified to get them to where they want to be. Whether that was a journey that you went on yourself or it's how you've helped clients over the past handful of years. Sharing those stories and sharing your stories lets people in on the journey and the process, not just the benefits and the features. If I stood up in front of you and said, "Hey, I can help you grow your business and improve your brand," you might be skeptical. But if I tell you about a time that I struggled with my own brand or how I had to build my own brand and my digital DNA, the mistakes that I've made along the way, or how I've been able to turn things around for my clients, now you're listening. You're not just hearing the offer, you're experiencing the journey. And that's what makes people feel safe to buy. Again, we don't want to sell people into something that they don't want, and we don't want to be sold into something that we don't want. And why do we feel like we are not ready to make that decision? Well, oftentimes it's because we don't have enough information. We don't understand the product. We don't understand the features. We don't understand the benefits. We don't understand the value. We don't understand what exactly it is that we would be buying. And when we feel like somebody is interjecting themselves and trying to answer those questions for us before we are ready, then our walls go up. Our skepticism's on high alert. And so how do you bring those walls down? How do you start a conversation with a prospect in a way that invites them into the journey and the process of making the best decision for them? Well, I'll give you a few tips here. So, first, let's start with leading with your story. Share what brought you to where you are today. This is your why. Why are you so passionate about helping people the way that you do? Show your audience that you faced some of the same problems that they're struggling with, some of the same emotions that they're dealing with, the fear, the uncertainty, the doubt, whatever it may be, and how you were able to find a solution and how you've continued to be able to find solutions for your clients. This builds trust. And as Donald Miller talks about in using the framework of Joseph Campbell's hero's journey, it positions you as the guide. You are the Yoda to their Skywalker, right? You're not the salesperson. You are the person who is helping guide them in making the best decisions for them, which leads me to the second point. Make it about them. You need to shift from a selling mindset to a serving mindset. Instead of thinking, how can I close this sale? Ask yourself, how can I help this person? And many times you do, right? I think a lot of people who are listening to this podcast and who are out there interested in making an impact in the lives of other people really do genuinely want to help. Now, again, if you don't do this in an authentic way, if you don't connect with who you are and why you are so passionate about doing this, and if you're not fully aligned with your mission, then people are still going to come across as skeptical because they're going to see past the words that you're saying into the desires of your heart, as it said. Right? If you are really just motivated by just making the sale and not helping the person, you're going to run into that problem. So how do you bring those two things together? You do have to make money. You do have to pay your people. You do have to put food on your table and live the life that you want. But that's what it's all about. How you can achieve the type of success that you want by also helping people achieve the type of success that they want with your unique skill set and opportunities that you provide to them. You see, when you make it about them and people can feel understood, then they're going to be more likely to take action. So take the time to show them that you really do care, provide value, create content, offer up solutions and tips and strategies that they can use without asking for anything in return. And when the time is right and when they are capable or able, they will look to you to take them to the next level. Number 3, create a buying experience. Instead of just pushing your offer, again, create content, create those conversations and opportunities that'll naturally lead people to a decision. Give them insights, answer their questions, and let them arrive at the conclusion that they need what you have. This is where a good content strategy really comes into play. Again, even if you're not doing an ongoing podcast or content program like this, where you're constantly putting out information, you can take some of the top questions that your prospects and clients are constantly asking you. You know those questions. You answer them in every consultation and on every call that you go through because they're the same questions that everybody asks. While each situation may be unique to that person, they are still asking similar things, right? So answer those questions. Answer those questions, record those videos, put them up on your website, send it to people in emails, provide that level of value to them at the beginning. Continue to give them those opportunities of how they can try to DIY this on their own. And when the time comes for them where they can no longer do it themselves, or they need somebody to hold them accountable or to do it for them, you are going to be the most obvious choice. Number 4, you got to use social proof and stories of transformation. I've said it before that testimonials are different than client stories. You see, people trust people more than they trust sales pitches. They buy from people that they know, like, and trust. And so show them real stories of the people who have worked with you and have used your products or services and have had success. Let the stories do the selling for you. Again, that's different than a testimonial. A testimonial is just an endorsement and sounds something like, working with Zack was great. He was really professional. He delivered on everything he said. And if you have the opportunity, you should too, right? That's great. That sounds awesome. And it is a good testimonial of what that process was like. But a client story is very different. A client story talks about the transformation. And if you remember from previous episodes, a good story has three main parts. It has the characters, the tension, the obstacle, the goal, and then the resolution. And so when you go at this and you share your client stories, you got to make sure that you check those three boxes. They are the characters, and you are as well. And their tension that they were living in is the tension that your prospect is currently living in. And so maybe the story sounds something like, before I met Zack, my business had plateaued. I had reached a certain point. I wasn't sure how to get to the next level. And I was trying this thing and that thing that just wasn't working. Once I started to work with Zack and embracing my story and building my personal brand and that thought leadership, my business started to grow. People started noticing me as that go-to authority in my field. And now I don't have to promote my business anymore because people are coming to me. Repeat business and referrals through the roof. That is a story. That's a process of living in the tension and coming to a point of resolution. Now, I didn't do that for them. They are talking about their journey, right? I guided them through the process of being able to do it. And that's how you should structure your client stories as well. And last but not least, invite, don't chase. The best sales come from attraction, not desperation. One of my early sales managers told me the hungry dogs don't eat. I'm not sure where he got that from, but it was something that always stuck with me. You can be hungry and tenacious and want to go after those things, but if you go too far in that direction, into desperation or even too much pushiness, you chase people away, right? So don't chase, invite. Tell the right stories, connect authentically, provide value, and people will come to you. And that's when your selling will feel effortless. So look, at the end of the day, people don't buy products or services. They buy outcomes. Zig Ziglar said something very similar to that. They don't buy the thing. They buy what the thing does for them. They buy that transformation. They buy confidence, security, success, joy, a better version of themselves. So your job isn't to sell them something. It's to help them see that what you are offering aligns with what they already want. So stop selling in a pushy way or chasing after that next sale, that next prospect, and going hunting, and start sharing your story, building real connections, and making it easy for people to buy because they want to. They want to buy from you because they see you as that thought leader, that go-to authority in your field. And that's how you elevate and accelerate your business. So, as always, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Elevate and Accelerate. Hopefully, this resonated with you in one way or another. Please share it with somebody who needs to hear it. And if you'd like to find out more, feel free to reach out, leave a comment in the comment section. I'd be happy to answer those as well. And until next time, keep sharing your story and making an impact, elevating and accelerating. See you next time. Cheers.